Okay, closing out chapter 10. Just a couple of quick notes on the final slides, and I didn't want to rush through them. Communication satellite is a microwave repeater, basically. It's a microwave repeater station that is in space, and it is used, the satellite, for telecommunication, right? So these radio and television signals alike. A communication satellite processes the data coming from one Earth station and converts it into the data into another form to send it to another Earth station. This is a picture of, I wanted to mention, geostationary orbit, or GSO. This is beyond the course, but I just thought was interesting. It's also referred to as geosynchronous equatorial orbit, or GEO, right? And it's basically about 36,000 almost kilometers above the Earth, or 22,300 miles roughly above the Earth's equator. And it follows the direction of the Earth's rotation. So an object in such an orbit has this orbital period that actually is equal to the Earth's rotational period, basically 1 day. And so to ground observers like you and I, it appears motionless or in a fixed position in the sky, even though it's not really. And the concept of this geostationary orbit, it was popularized by a science fiction writer in the 40s as a way to revolutionize telecommunications, right? It's the original Star Trek with transporters, sponders that became today cell phones, right? So in this case, the first satellite was placed in orbit in 1963, decades after he wrote. Now, today the Global Positioning System, or GPS, originally called Navstar GPS, this is a satellite-based radio navigation system owned by the U.S. government and operated by the United States Space Force. GPS was started by the Department of Defense, so it's another gift to the U.S. military, in 1973, and the first prototype spacecraft was launched in 1978, and the full constellation of 24 satellites orbiting around the globe all the time became operational in 1993. It originally was limited to use by the United States military, but civilian use was allowed in the 1980s by executive order from President Ronald Reagan. So advances in technology and new demands on the existing system, frankly, have now led to efforts to modernize the GPS system and implement a next-gen GPS system called GPS Block 3A satellites, which is the Next Generation Operational Control System, or OCX. That's just FYI, fun to know about the world around us. So GPS for the class does not require the user to transmit data, right? It operates independently of any telephonic or internet reception. Although these technologies can enhance the usefulness, I would say, of GPS positioning information, the GPS provides that critical positioning capabilities now to the military, to civilian and commercial users around the world. And the United States government created the system, as I mentioned. We still maintain it, and we make it freely accessible to anyone with a GPS receiver. That's all I wanted to share for this course. 4 minutes, did it in less than 5. I thank you very much.